History is filled with whispers of lost fortunes. We hear tales of the Knights Templar and their hidden vaults, or the fabled mines of King Solomon. Yet the greatest wealth the world has ever known did not belong to a European monarch or a shadowy order. It belonged to an African king, an emperor whose name has for centuries been largely lost to time. His empire, once a beacon of knowledge and commerce, has faded into the sands of the Sahara. But the story of his riches, a fortune so vast it defies modern comprehension, remains a staggering testament to a forgotten age. It begins not with myth, but with solid, glittering gold. The man was Mansa Musa, the 10th ruler of the Mali Empire. He ascended to the throne in the early 14th century. He inherited a kingdom already powerful in West Africa. Under his rule, Mali reached its zenith. His domain stretched for thousands of miles, covering Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Mali. This was not a primitive kingdom. It was a sophisticated, well-organized state built on astonishing natural resources. At the heart of it all was Mansa Musa, a devout Muslim and a visionary leader who knew his empire's true strength. In 1324, Mansa Musa embarked on a journey that would etch his name into legend. As a devout Muslim, he undertook the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. But this was no ordinary pilgrimage. It was a procession of breathtaking scale and opulence, spoken of from the markets of Cairo and the courts of Venice for decades to come. His caravan stretched as far as the eye could see across the Sahara. It was a moving city of gold, a testament to the might and piety of the Malian emperor. This journey would fulfill his religious duty and announce his empire's arrival on the world stage. The sheer numbers are difficult to fathom. 60,000 men marched, dressed in Persian silk and brocade. 12,000 personal attendants followed, each carrying a 4-pound bar of pure gold. 500 heralds led the way, clad in silk, each bearing a golden staff. Hundreds of camels carried still more gold, not as bars but as fine dust packed into bags to be given away as charity. This was not a military conquest. It was a statement. A river of gold flowing through the desert with Mansa Musa at its source. When the caravan arrived in Cairo, it caused an economic phenomenon unlike any other. Mansa Musa was a generous man. He gave gold to the poor he met along his route. He showered the Sultan of Egypt with so many gifts that the value of gold in the city plummeted. For over a decade, the Mediterranean precious metals market was disrupted. The price of gold crashed, and the economy of one of the world's most important trading hubs was thrown into chaos. This single act demonstrates a level of wealth and influence almost impossible to imagine today. He could, with his generosity alone, devalue the world's most precious commodity. This journey was more than just a display of wealth. It was a masterstroke of international relations and cultural exchange. Upon his return, Mansa Musa brought back with him scholars, architects, and poets from across the Islamic world. He was determined to transform his kingdom into a center of learning and faith. He had shown the world the extent of his riches. An empire built on such immense wealth seemed destined to last forever. Yet, within a few generations of Mansa Musa's death, the great Mali Empire began to fracture. His successors lacked his vision and administrative skill. Internal conflicts weakened the state from within. Rival powers, like the rising Songhai Empire, began to challenge its dominance from without. The intricate web of trade routes that Mansa Musa had so carefully controlled began to fray. As the empire crumbled, what became of its unimaginable treasures? This is where history gives way to enduring mystery. Legends speak of lost mines, hidden caches of gold. Or does a significant portion of Mansa Musa's fortune still lie buried somewhere beneath the vast, silent sands of the Sahel? A whisper of a world we barely knew existed.